ansa na be share ware so no mo makwa aba mu akoye awie e de adanse na be kire se adanse ni nie krata band man se ya warefo ni nie na wo de na yishira so nti se wo de yishira so no ba na na aso no kwa so ya mo certificate bi se ya gitim so aware a e de ense we
I see. So for Daniel Anana, Meguso, any no twitching nkomo ho awade nkomo twitwe na ye dey but so for mami bi so a lot of the time no nkofo ka say e say no asofo no ma beji ana sore no ana asafo abeji awade e say ma ji aboso a abusua no kra sometimes no ya na omu in fact couple no na bani be ma no mo ba be wan sometimes omo fa omo family concerns ni issues ni kra mfa nye adwuma papa
wrong seriously wrong
on whose part
on the part of ignorance because nipa ebro mo ni yeah mesemia me ba ya je me ba ware me brother panyi ba na je na ware me na me di anim me wi sofo onim na sabran so for can say panyi pa so for da chenchen hene aso ti obi na bebia me ba no okwa asore
great
ye do bebia so mo petogum say ya betra wate they say we want to take up say hey over na betra na ka say on was panyi fatia aha nya asore o aha ba yefie
sa
na me hunu say wo be enthusiastic no dim omunim ni de nti afa me kan nim de ho asem na afa no mo obi abafo because obi a very enthusiastic say e ya sorry banti now the church has to take over you take over what me feel
sir
me sabra man ko say sofo because say me ba na me ba ware you take over what over my house no
yeah
you don't I say a complementary role
the church no
yes
I see
you go aware egu no hifa
afie
baby aboa na chichire no nye wa de san no na de tin goguru asori
in fact asori kra be ka jo say yengu awade
enti ese di party enhye na se niema asori no fa na ese offer yan hwe be ma asori ene ebi wo I am not against it I'm not against prophecy many the prophecy minya bia mepe but sheniye say enkom sessional jade ware marriage anya wo choice na ko ware yere
of course
thank you intene kwanse ye ma bibi ye say somebody is taking your choice and decision away from you
na senga o sinyam kupon na say
nyankopon ware amobia o where nyankopon ware mo ntrem nyankopon ware ba obi
o sinyam ya kire say
me ba nyankopon o dabi wa nyankopon ena mo kire say nyankopon why no ware man
me nim die
thank you Adam and Eve Adam ware man ba ware man no o say I will give you a suitable help meet o say so boafo ena wo say so boafo e be say o yere your choice your decision God has never taken that power of choice will and decision from us
but what about the so for one say lead singer in fact
a suggestion you must exercise your discretion to say yes or no
but me so for na aka
onye nyame
won so onye nyame de be waka nyama bebre
be hunu bi obi asofo ka say onware obi body na just obi digene o digene magane we yes because na boy no wo obi a opeso ware no
okay
ena sofo say aye we na sese ware no entiga no mpe no
the software kenti
it could be say aye nyame pe but God never imposes on us. She be Bible be nyame hye nipa. Like Adam and get watching it. Get this here. And it's a can't hear because I say, but the palm
yes.
At the end, see, Mendy. What I said, Chinchina, no one to Chinipa. It is say a brebia, honest Nipanuka bompire. Nabi in a chichirawa. Toman, Diamond one for the pay. And yejuma. Into me, a dim pass it. Debbie, because one show you pay. Obey Adam, dear Debbie.
Yes.
Hey, Adam, what do you do about Obana? Oh, the people are in relationship or our him. Asambape, and then me, I'm software. Why? Because software is in the day. No one know. The choice and decision to marry must not be left in the power of the clergy. As somebody panwa exercise the discretion. Say me when I'm person one. Now me bet me in the diachno. So just to children pakro.
Mention
and shano. Manufa the penye juma. You are be a friend of permissive will and the perfect will of God. Permissive will is a one hard open. Now go on for so Abraham so on worry if I say he go. And you on one pet. You suggest teacher no say I find girl or you're younger than you. If a young things. Because Abraham I never do it. I did Abraham chino bar or you're young. No more especially usaya koko. No, when you read the Bible, when you read the Bible,
yes,
Sir Obana Adam warrior, Abraham warrior, and maybe the Isaac warrior,
okay,
and maybe the Jacob warrior. David who about I can't stand it. Obi you say no better. Homogen.
Sir.
It Abraham and warrior young girl bia. Would Sarah we Abraham said Sarah we nyehwe akokora odi over 40 Abraham said no do about 138 years. Abraham did one no yes he was getting to about one something.
Yes.
We know papa nyet so and go show no was sacrifice young girl.
Yes.
No was 6 or 1 or 2 3 4 5 6 Abraham open young things. Abraham used in discretion.
Okay.
Or all the marriage institution. In terms of choices and decision, let us help the people, but they should make their choices so that they will be responsible for the choices they made.
I see.
So yama awari ankosa David biara conflict bape near pass it on to Obi. And your papa and come waro, and you will and come waro, and your sofa and come waro. No, it should be my decision. Because I worry away and send the room. In some seer, Nipa no bet me jina, Nancy on one or the Nipa the casse or
I see.
Obi worry or bano or nim say or bano the BBC Emana disabled. It's me see you, the bands were disabled to be in the Bejano. Na say no one pen on the water wa obejao
ebusia nkomo no mo ede enche mebie phone lines na also wo bibia pese obisa sofo na Odehyeeba wo ho na wetuefo but mimbisa question we na fe yembie phone lines no what would be your recommendation futu be pa na de be ma obi opese o ware say onye no dondo ni akohan car ni afa bridal train bed ye wo ho ebinim na say the trend
o de no answer
ebinim to be for
simple question we understand
obi to be
simple question we understand
Davi
won worry
but say obi so bet because that's what is happening.
You see, that's one of the major problems. And then your friend obi or your event planner said what would be the least cost. What say the least cost is 200,000. Oh, what's with my bazaar? That's the 200,000 Ghana cedis. Pacho Obano, mo worry then I'm the coffee. Engagement here, then I'm the coffee. But for the pet, I didn't ring him. So this is what I always propose. yama aware nye easy manipa no ne di kan ene se yanhwe se nipa na omoba be ware no kwan asese omo faso anase tete esom faso ne di kan me se na se medwene ho am se marriage counseling kwan hia on two conditions. One, se nipa na mo ware no so go be a Christopher eni kwan se cancel.
Okay.
Because marriage counseling na your counseling na the content na and the qualities of a good Christian. This entity na the money na communication, first integration, trust and sentiment Christo sum church.
Great.
Because you Christo di ma papa dia. Anka counseling e be kitwe bi.
Yes. Yes.
But nipa na entity ni suban nyenti. Aware no aware no e bibiti no aware.
Agenda.
Oh. The agenda ni feli pa. What lo? Okodo. Was it Trump? Onokon. Nti aden date na ware. O ware be ma a won neman nso. One. Ware be ma osoro nyame.
Okay.
Enyo okwaso.
Okay.
Because enobu a who get bu asoro. So on sacred naje. Get nti. Owu atokase bu o enu no pe dia so na okoya no enye cheche no ega no
okay
nti ware obi a osuro nyame obi osuro nyame no oye obone a osuro flow. Number 2, ware obi a oye responsible. Number 3, ware obi a oye leader. Number 4, ware obi a oye adwuma.
Okay.
So onye adwuma me wa no twen onye adwuma wi a oba bia ba man nyaduma enye se David be ye am atamfo afere bio. That means no he must work.
Okay.
He must have a meaningful job. Oh yeah. Adam nyankopon de if brain say ojusu so ware na Adam no ye adwuma.
Okay.
Number 5 ayo obi a obetumi add value to your life.
Okay.
Nti wo no e dia na nipa na one obetumi add value to your life. Ayo obi a sebio oboa adwen kirem ne niye mu osusue mu o career mu ade bia wo efie ntitie mu ana wankasa wo development oyo obi otumi add value to your life. And 6 so oyo obi a accountable. Oya accountable just obi a tun say ade akoso nyina me bo hon konta ne hu say ade yakọ yanim ane yanko echi. Number 7 also oyo obi a de bia owo awrade anim. Is somebody who is in the presence of God. And to only do ebusiano as a priest, as a husband, and as a priest, and also a husband, and I feel or your father. He combines 3 factions. Or you're the priest, or you're the husband, and or your father.
I see.
And so yes, sir. No oba susu for moi. Wari oba benyo oba bia na wa no. Me say wari oba no ho fe.
Okay.
Me ka oba no ho fa enye facial. The inner qualities of a woman.
Good.
To me friend the beautiful soul. Into wari oba wo subampa.
Okay.
Owa entity papa. Oyo oba obetimi aboa wa ade bia wo yem. Oyo oba ote ahobrase se ebre ho ase ema bema ote ase sa. Sebio ne honam ni pedua nso di ne ho ni. Ne ho ofe oba wo nsese wo ye na ma ho nya fe. Ya yiwu adi dadaada. Ya pamo.
So every part but mami bisa one critical one obi na diaba o se mimbusa ma no say this tribal sentiment war system no me ye busie mu ye nware tribe we ana ye nware tribe we ni de kekeka ho no. What's your take on that?
Ni papa ko bia me enkrani mfantini me yiri asantini.
Good.
Ya wo me kumase koku suo kumase ware wo kumase.
Okay.
Na keke onyame boye nipa woni suban so enne seso. Ede na chese okrum ni na be yo papa. Me nipa bi wo ho mama ye papa. Me kitma kase awonafo ye me papa. De bi me kase se me si su na me kase ti awonafo a anka mahwiri mi hira.
I see.
Me and my tribe
and divided.
Then you should deep know the person one kasa and the final judgment against a tribe.
Okay. All right. right, mami be phone line, some info and all friends who are mecho coupon nibi on. Auntie, especially a man be friend. I'll give you one of this. Na ode uba mako na mako ye ako witness the launch of the Ghana Basic School Awards. No, the first edition on T-Fred 0302771593. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Mpoto, what you saying?
Nyamiadom. Now so.
Nyaminadom, Mpoto, yeah, friendly John.
Yo, John, you too.
Mrs. Pato, Osofuna, or teacher, or any wrong. Or your ticket here, I didn't get here. Nichi, Ninim, Osofu Bienio, Mina make a show. Misusa. There, Antabea, Winanka, or ye, Sedi. Ubinuma osan organize yourself for no more two mufu. Say ring the share, that eyelashes share, and your money no munjai because bra they be are. Why you be also still one chain ringer and as a woman was higher or banning yet and man. Who send your back kitchen simple. Yes. Menanta more say that you and none of whom and none of what him. Into me, word, what family are winning tea. Into me, the more my package is the 66 party. And they get now back for a Sumbian on Papa. You see, a person on there, but with me, they begin. We should be another way more.
Okay. All right.
Nkebaya and Kabai OMAN post because who will be more from cancer, who will TV station company. Can't be in the summer body and the TV station person body. You couldn't come for them with because in some voice who say or two cats and puppy and three our room now so say they will invite him.
Okay.
TV station mobile.
My men now was say Oba.
Oh,
and I know way. Only okay. Come in, me chow, the only young way. Yet has it is also bet me afraid. Me fabe two being come on afi. Me da tell me fabe two being come. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
What's your body, baby? Or case free? Oh, there be when Timmy and so. I was out for na TV no what you no cry na. When me din sa so phones and so. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your body, baby? Or case free?
What's your Rebecca Mensa?
If I say
Rebecca Mensa.
Rebecca Mensa. Okay, Rebecca, how case free?
What's your Rebecca free?
Mayra, you. Yet you.
But you're so fun work at na kamiya number ankata.
You and he or be kwa obejani number. Why? Na oni ne din sa so all right. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Pacho body baby or case free.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Pacho body baby or case free.
I am very ready to make a down.
Yo, yet you.
Me pacho we are kind. About tribe, no. About tribe, I'm saying. On time should you because I'm saying, no.
Yeah.
The problem
Problem there.
Problem is that it's the tribe who are still who different tribe now almost Pampo. In the Abana no Berman. Who the family say the only DBA and they're so chill. In the other day, and whether you find a people, I didn't in this tribe or but don't show you.
Okay. Yeah, that's say Ofre and Fabio Mwana. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your boarding baby or case free?
I'm a case free.
Alaji. Okay. What's your friend saying?
What's your friend
Cecilia, but you.
I'm a patcho, Master Kakra, me one say. Not so for cassette. Be a worry, but if you are sorry, them now or worry and beer. In near a sorry near Bam, so for Westria worry and so near Bam.
Yes,
if I saw me, you couldn't worry. But let me see an amigo cat and say, I people near the mine and yet a Bam with ye. And I see Mr. Sammy Frebusa say, to see a minimum quabe any day.
Okay, and the Koswati, Obe Church, Musisia, as to, and Nama will be to me too. Why? The Koswati program. All right, you fancy what? So, Lady Nancy,
Uncle Bam.
Uncle in for
Metropolitan to be a Bambia and Uncle.
Okay.
Uncle Register of Marriage.
Okay.
Ono Uncle Casa. Omo posted bill. And they are told say nipa say obi eni ho asembia na fe omo so that time. Law first a registrar no.
Okay.
Obesha ye bibia mo. Anasa Uncle court. Uncle court so e betimi ayama. Wanye ya na wari endi mu. Ochine bi asembia sia.
Na so be. All right. Nti ye de dwumadi ni nyina lisi. I don't know last words to.
I wonder awari fe.
Okay.
That obi ya ye foreigner wa manyi pe bebre abemen another word brother party na den oye fo. Omi I am fe.
Yes.
Then cut your coat. According you size so your clothes.
Yeah.
Show what time. Show what.
Very important.
Because question. More 200,000. Yes. Na mobile one. It was 100,000 to asasa my bona. No me mama why the kakrebi. Na 100,000.
Yes.
Aba banana my
Exactly.
But in there obri show be in the year na dam. Into them so me na dam.
Yes.
Into pocho showa ho. Anu maybe o hwe no bu.
No.
No anwe no ho. Ohwe no ho. Wo anwe no bu.
Sir.
Ka kwami jono.
Okay.
Komo jono. Ile no ni wo china ba shi sickly. Na ya pedwe.
Je.
Adu ekpleshi no wa. De ketro me. Enti tase dem.
Okay.
Obi andin lem. Number 2. I am of the opinion that customary marriage and other the friend engagement.
Yes.
I've been in Yanka on a church one in Ambo.
Okay.
Because a day Thursday and now Friday, go for a bedi or a benno. So why don't we merge the two? In San Opano cry, your pedia you are near we is a yard. Obia nidi. Why can't we save costs? I've been in young general. You bet me a service car. Near that, baby ama. More from an under there. I want from. Send your bet says, Scania Senina, a wedding. I don't coffee, your engagement ring, and our Bible. What's that? What can you hear? Let us think about us.
Okay.
Now, for so, but show. We are Beman our warrior, Mr. Do you?
Okay.
So free we hear chi na ko for ba for make ordinance ya betu aka. Anyam na miko. Oda kai Hebrews 13:4.
Yes.
So obi ogu aware hu pia Nyankopon oba judge no. About the some man aka say ya betu aka ti mo ba ya de ya betu aka. So so anya na ya. Nyame asotwe be boss. Ye ndi aware ni.
Me director say before be sorry, me be so the nti be ma no nye den.
Mo hene.
Say Obani Mami Ampene, like say in a marriage setup, so Obani Mami Ampene in a marriage, Sabia, we who baby or pedo one, ni parents and
say a question, baby. That is extremely important. The Pocho, don't leave your home without the blessings of your mother and your father. Man, mo be a big in your life, me a big da. Say. O wari free o maame enhira o papa enhira
enye
yeda
okay
awari na nyina da because o papa no maame enhira na do beko
great
ti de wo mni se wo no so maame na nye ho a ana papa na nye ho a tren to bo asansa e dentra bomodia na yan doso yambo ho mpae o to bo as na ye ho adwuma ebi akọ na wanya adwende o se me bai we don't she I'm from Mishra and Tachi.
All right.
Gentia Kofa Sadebenti and it's asking. Okay, anyway, Oquantin Warrior,
Ninko,
Oquantin Warrior,
Ninko,
Seminyami Kodu Nassim Smith, ya may the Martin.
I see.
And dear, this say a trim say Quantin Warrior, dear Menko. And I said, Boa, you wouldn't say. Ebushewe oma dansu baby adi anase nipa mukakasa we adansu baby adi anase me na bibi no bi ko ware kofo bi ware no ankoye tinya generalize no okay ntu e boase ye mo ho pae
pacho be jawo number na bibi dam
0249
okay
8057 47. 0249-805747. So, to send me message.
All right.
Apply back.
All right. Pastor Daniel Annan Sofo and a counselor or a Sofo Pina da Asafo ano a shaman in important who do Nasori Aje Kojo.
Chama come to 23.
Come to 23. The Mom was our side hono. You can move friend on move visiting our church, beautiful church auditorium. Me I am a coho. My book might check a but I will come home.
I don't know what
nobody view.
I don't know. 0249-805747.
Great.
0249-805747.
Okay, all right. Indeed, you see what you may muswa politicians and the Banafi, you be doing Ghana. You be here.
Introducing the new Jamal washing powder with multi-enzymes that helps remove stubborn stains.
It has a nice fragrance. Not harsh on my hands. Foams easily. And removes stains well.
Oh, I still to be.
Ma, you brought 5 big sachets of new Jamal washing powder.
Yes, ma.
It really removes stains. It has a nice fragrance.
Yes, ma.
Then add 30 sacks of Jamal washing powder to your engagement list.
Hey.
Yes, ma.
New Jamal washing powder for cleaner, fresher wash. Your partner for clean clothes. This advert is FDA approved.
Alive soap, alive soap, alive soap.
Just like how water refreshes you on a hot sunny day, it takes a refreshing bath with Alive soap to feel its pleasant fragrances.
The soap I want and need at the end of every day,
leaving you with soft, smooth and fresh looking skin.
You make me feel alive, you really brighten my day, my day.
Available in lemon, coconut, rose and aloe vera fragrance. Alive soap. Feel fresh, feel alive.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point. Toast is Friday, it's still on point. Watch is Friday all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Watch is Friday, it's still on point. For your bread,
it's creamy.
For your toast, it's still on point. It's yummy, delicious. It's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. For your toast, it's still on point. It's still on point. Fortune spread, it's yummy, delicious. It's still on point.
Fortune spread, delicious, creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
Excellent furnishing in a real estate business is a great deal for survival. My struggles as a young estate developer were cut short when I discovered Fernart Ghana. With quality furniture made from the finest woods and amazing after-sale service, Fernart Ghana changed my story with every single home I built. It's a one-stop shop that serves the interests of clients with a variety of living room and dining sets, solid wood kitchen installations, wardrobes, doors, cabinets, beds, pergolas, floor parquets, and many other wooden products that will last a lifetime. With Fernart Ghana, all clients are offered the opportunity to customize furniture to their specifications, and the smile on their faces says it all. Thanks to Fernart, now your home can look beautiful with furniture that would last for generations. Visit Fernart Ghana today and share my story. Locate us at Odehyeeba Estate, OSU, Accra, or call 0303-966-085 or 055-278-4097. Think wood, think Fernart.
Esa se odoma asetena panti. Mame musa wo se etesai. Na wawarie mu etesai. Menu asofo, o ministry mu so we na wapom modin kra mpo no etesai. Amanta ne mabawa, mo siesie mu ho akọ awarie mu. Mo so mo toto ye etesai. Na dan na emra no enso eka efa awarie ho. Ene ye debrei. Ne hia me, kanadwa oba son no. E wo CTV. Na me ne pamfo a wakwadre e wo awarie mu. Na wasan so wo ehuno efa abrabo ho ya betena se ni ya pensen ensem pinu se ni ya peni poma sibre ama aware ayede abusua soso ani beje hwe etesen wa brabo ayeye dratwene
NKOSUO enda wase sede onim no OMAN Ghana NKOSUO dwumedie no na egusu a etwegu no ye de bra obebi bia wo hwe bia no titiro abusuafo a mo hwe wo Facebook ne so my CTVGH no ye da mase mo NKOSUO a ene yentina but mo share link ne ya madama mo share link no na fe mo fa mo commentary no na wasem bia pese obusa opinion bia pese wo express bia no de fa ho a ye beje brane akan e de ama ebiem ne se your WhatsApp and text lines since you're very active. 0242707574. 0242707574. What the fawa ebejibre na yakan ediamau. And then emrebe mo ebe phone lines and so na mutimi na mode opinion mode afaho ediaba. Na se the medical kano ebedwin OMAN Ghana hona mpenifo amensa kan omo ewa ha Tichu Ernest Akomia Bonsu regional communication team member Edema NPP Osunuko Kuruku Amanyokuyo no ano abe cancer ye hwe nim se eni abema Hobson Adoye from Movement for Change operations director and so babe cancer na fe bibia akoso but Ernest wa hade ye be start ye nkomo no na chese ya hwe de eko na Ernest bibia boko de me sure say we need the conference na chikakra
unfortunately me de nchiake say my shefo na my chair NPP penifo
great
unfortunately now my program be started since Thursday you know.
Oh okay
no quarantine I mean to me uncle but we be see social media ntino automate the echo and nyame adom bibia ko yie na ntute bia eda part na ni so omko hoso omko ye no adom bibia ko yie
good but some of the reforms nearby you know I think it's a particularly for more expanded electoral college you know from 220,000 to now 280,000. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And also to elect your more communication officers and some other important thing. Then a strike your partner interest your partner.
This is an back some time ago. Say media say party no head in the policy bar. I try as much as possible to align. But say do na e ko jina my committee no. Opinions or feedback say by inti say the party for no kasa na bibi na omope na party ni ye mo say it's in the right direction. But to say no beside there back one me manage who the expansion of the electoral college because a party of inclusion na say ko ban say omoyi ya kendi for nkrofo kuma bia one the corruption but because then you can easily pay them off. But some models one, say a bit difficult. Now, and also no some models need to me penifo ana your flag bearer na bibia a boa money more inclusive because do na aginipa so I think it was something me sure him say be baso nti nyame adom yeah program na eba so no many agent.
I see. Right. All right. I was Ernest Akumia Bonsu and MPP communication team member for the region. And you know Esinkumia Twitwinko. But the uncle I think say BBNC there will be the swearing in of the MP elect Fablikuma North.
Okay.
What's your who is saying?
I think democracy has won because you say the parliamentary elections were done way back 2024 December. Exactly. Unfortunately, no, you can declare her. Na nyame adom say pomana esikwen mu nyame yi na ya tumi aye rerun. Initially, my party didn't want to go, but then say upon several deliberations, we decided to partake. Though maybe we see what but I believe by and large, it was successful. An MP has been elected, and for me, NDC and MPP, but I believe my phone so no that very representation. It's a balance and I want some a dome when man and name on be per se a ban your mom on be no bigger or be champion among. I'll congratulate the woman, and I think say going forward, so the interior minister can about name a course so I you're showing him say. You bit to me the perpetrators about books now you to me your more now because I guess going forward I could answer both. Yes, what they are saying as soon as possible but I congratulate her and I hope say she will do as her constituents want. Great.
Nana Kumia and Ernest Akumia Bonsu and mete they be my friend Nana Kumia. My main messages back me enough yembra the main substance and so engineer Shamaba was say good morning okay, so more updates on MPP's transfer window. Please, JDM, do increase the national service personnel allowance a bit for them. Please. And please, JDM, greetings to Captain Kwesen, Director of Takrady Ports, and Honorable Professor Ayensu Dankwa, MP for Escado. All right, Uchichia Ewoho Sansuna Amisku Spelele Kaswa will say the outcome of the MPP's National Delegate Conference is a true reflection of rebuilding our party. In fact, 2028 will be a comeback for the NPP to move Ghana forward. Or say NPP shall bounce back. Hashtag NPP shall bounce back strongly. Regards to Mavis Hawa Kumsin T Uchia Ewoho. Chris Love, we love you, okay? So keep on watching. And Bibia and so Ebe fine Ewoho. Chris Love and Ponsa. Alright, and Salome so say Oshe. Thank you so much. Mwamu he bia yankopon enshira monko so ahwe na mon share link in fama ko ben sapila 2 or say ton my fellow NPP family. Nominations for the presidential primaries open latest by July 2025 anyway. Happy birthday to Honorable Thomas Odehyeeba Boachi, next UK NPP organizer, anti-comments and Kaninsemon. KK Kaswa was say, please, the NDC government led by President Mahama, we are still waiting for the cocoa price increase of 7,000 cedis they promised cocoa farmers during the campaign period. Kudos to Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsin and Honorable Sylvester Tete Ewoho. All right, also foul message bra nafi main jibre na main kind farmer Ewoho. Mamenye bakuwi nafi membra na me guest in meto aso Ewoho. We say please I wish no from Masawood Kumasi was the NDC has already exhausted its propaganda against Dr. Bawumia, which in my view makes the former vice president the strongest candidate for the party going into the election. Any attempt by the NDC to undermine Dr. Bawumia has already failed. Regards to Sampine and Kuka. Good morning. I am Eben from Kwabenya. What has changed all of a sudden the micro-minority leader wants a consensus building, or he has lost his way to the courtroom? We all witnessed their equal numbers of 137 and his deeds as a leader, so he shouldn't pretend at all. The court is there for him, so he should be he should do his usual thing, period. Greetings to MCE Agbo, Ga East, TDC Boss, Courage, Makafui, Nunekbeku, and Mr. Akwesi Mensa, PSC Tema Shipyard. Nti, also for message, bra, mejibre, na makan edi amount, ewoho. Ernest, Mami Busau, and then there's been a conversation about presidential jet. I think one of the minority MPs filed the question about the state of the presidential jet, and Minister for Defense Koku Yano, and then the other tier, the idea na ringo masumetiani corrosion, Bobby or see corrosion, fuel tank corroded, we know severely corroded. Yes, a corroded no Korano so no. Ye woman differences ni grades woman. Don't you think as a people at this time? No? It was said we take a second look at some of these conversations because it is the presidential jet we are talking about. Penny, first gentleman of the land. Yes, sir. And then you say jet na grandeur of France for almost 4 months.
Wow.
And we are here as a people. It's a quite a
That's a challenge. And once say who memuna. At any point in time, near of a national interest, you have partisan conversations around it and say in Ebano.
Exactly.
You understand? Because I remember a couple of times, Nanado time, now Odehyeeba jet, until such a time, the jet was not in a proper condition.
Exactly.
Or use private jets. I mean, NDC in opposition spoke vehemently against it. Now, before now to be free power, now the private jet, the jet was in good condition because corrosion is about 4 months.
Exactly.
And you see, when we talk of corrosion, and corrosion mainly you say that the area. But as a corrosion, it takes place say it be a unyusu wadibi. It's the influence what talk na car nisi honomo. Echena unyusu. For anything say that is where corrosion that there no SSA. It is a major private jet nisio now or prefers to be using Ibrahim Ahmadi any other private jets I think this is what happens. But I believe say Parliament afraid the minister in charge now will be saying once share the money involved and get it working because yes, safe say your president all to Quina all use private jets and now all use public planes. I think the country Ghana be a do no. Your mind kit wow. What I say your mind aim to me on one jet for the presidency. I think how it goes against the country. So as soon as possible, what needs to be done ought to be done. Same about the jet will be back in air.
In fact, in his explanation to the People's Representation Parliament, not you say jet routine maintenance. On one of such France, I see and one other thing so I no notice is engine triple.
Okay.
Tripping of engine. And I'm wondering, say plane the tuna engine got triple na car cry china engine triple to say minia.
Plane you need parking space or
and this morning I said in one of your editorial we say we should grow beyond some of this pettiness politically. Ebina. And I use the Jubilee House as an example. At the time when you see Jubilee House, there was a lot of talk.
Sure.
The same politicians.
Sure.
Yet today, Jubilee House is an edifice here. In fact, it holding the presidency in high
esteem.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the president is not using the residence. He's still at his residence and he's only using the office. In China, you got this residence also say we are pro in terms of materials. We shouldn't be surprised because uja machines, uja demo for a while. I mean, it's started say pro. So if he's not using that place, I wonder why he's not using that place. Because you see, the Jubilee House was built for your security as a president. You understand? Yes. It is a China. We might also hear say also BB say leakages, bahonomo windows, way. So I think we need to grow beyond our partisan politics and work as a nation. Several also say we will find the resources to buy a new plane.
I was even going to ask you, What do you think should be the way forward?
Won't say we're a technical issue, and I'm not a technical person when it comes to the aeroplanes and the likes.
Yes.
But say omoye assessment now, what is going to happen is that a Kabikumu, say DBCC, they should do the cost benefit analysis, buying a new one, a modern one, as against a quack or repair. Now possibly as I said, you know, they should weigh the odds and get the money and buy a new one. Because if you have individuals like Ibrahim Magdan and other individuals,
gentlemen in Kwei,
yes, Kwei, buying private jets. I don't see why a country like Ghana can't buy a private jet. Unfortunately, the year among same. And then there one thing I can say, some of these things are government upon government. Jubilee House say former President Kufuor and Eshas. Unfortunately, he never even stayed in that building.
Exactly.
But Magana.
Yes.
What they say, there are other edifices I make friends, other presidents. Sebi Omo Konomo and Fanko. You understand? Ain't he say President B and say or top plane and say or top because of a luxury a money one. It becomes laughable because Sebi who fear Kunyani so on fast idea you understand? So we should look at the position securing the dignity of the presidency as against say Mama na Akufo-Addo na Bawumia na who else. I think Ghana as a country, our presidency needs a plane befitting of the office. Exactly. It is a Sebi Sika Ebeka said a new one. Ebe cost to another one, so a difference needs so much. I would advocate say Parliament should look at it, get the funds, buy a new plane befitting of the office, so that our presidency would have that plane to work with. Because look, as a president, there are conferences there are other nations negotiating for contracts, investors, and all those things. What I say, plane, I'll be feeling comfortable because sometimes, I mean, in the air, you might want to have discussions with your small kokosaoni or moko. You might want to do one thing or the other. So for me, I think Parliament should look at it and give approval for possibly a new plane.
All right. You see, this is the kind of conversation we should be having. The extremism, political stance. This is a communication officer for the NPP, and he's being candid. We at DBBI, and this morning I said it on my editorial. Make sure I say we cannot live our life on pettiness, Debbie. If this is the first gentleman of the land, Ghana for Kasa, na ye pushia no kofa na bibi kusia. Will be the same people come and cry and complain and all that. Now the next topic here. You tag and director said let her know how between there two screens so now. My chef wants to be and share you tag Odehyeeba. Say, in fact, they are the Omobunju Sokra, they are up in arms with the government, say the Galamsey. No. Say, in fact, say Abano and yet there was a way yet. Na Oman who improvement in the Galamsey fight here. This is the communicator and ra yensa kan bie ewo yenjumedie so na yede ma yetefo nti ebusiafo enche director de beto screen so or the atokro so crowd great nti eno na wo hu no na yensemo a UTAG University Teachers Association of Ghana omobonju so kra say press statement UTAG calls on President Mahama to fulfill the pledge to end Galamsey. And yenim nsam dada nti eno kra the first review the memfa nko and our kai President Mahama say the pledge against Galamsey or say the neck of UTAG urgently calls on His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama to honor the anti-Galamsey pledge he voluntarily signed prior to the 2024 general election. This commitment enshrined in the national pledge by presidential candidate taken against illegal and irresponsible mining Galamsey in Ghana and witnessed by both the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey and UTAG constituted a solemn social contract with the Ghanaian people to combat illegal mining and restore environmental integrity. Nti we nkrata prior to the election, no, the various flag bearers in the Monsako Shas, say they are going to nip the Brunibe can say nip the illegal mining trade, you know, in the bud. Say Yankopon ya do no ombe wini abenjana no ombe tena edwane so a ombe kuding. Na third point na the third paragraph no na UTAG before ka say time to walk the talk enti dia ewo honi ebusia tie ni ye. Was the President Mohammed's assumption of office has not yet yielded the concrete actions required to match the gravity of his pledge. UTAG, as a community of scholars, researchers, and defenders of sustainable development, deems it necessary to remind the President of the Republic, the President of the specific commitment he made and the agency to which they must be fulfilled. President Mahama must now walk the talk. Enti abusia winning krata yensa kan from UTAG. Nana, Ernest.
Yeah.
Assembly ni. In fact, the UTAG express one candidly. I think that Edika. Who is saying? Maminja in somebody ma who is saying?
So na wakano Edika. You know, and for me, UTAG union be a service or more shaping your political discourse and our minor as a whole. So yeah, I did pen or much, but say bibi koso or many more or more nyambre na or monso much or more drink na sebi or more if it will be or more diama by. And I realize I know say you ran another danko akufa do mreso no. UTAG for a similar call.
Great.
But I might say no that call no to be not to be biased but looking at the issues no, I felt that call was politically motivated because the then president of UTAG, I think, was Jampo.
Now, or president for the University of Ghana.
So University of Ghana, almost share we na say, and Sana,
yes, of course,
the bigger one also, yes, into not Jampo who was leading some of these charges, no, of course. Right? To the extent say they pushed for virtually all unions in Ghana to embark on a serious strike because of Galamsey. Yes, it name say Galamsey says no, Sebio na at the point Anasisi no aginsem and. It is quite a bad feeling when the discussion is like say, oh, Nanado Dankwa Kufuado, American Galamsey Shasi. Because Mekaise Miko School, no social studies, a chair near me say what about this Galamsey Eka. When I'm talking about way back 90s. So it is quite intriguing, say. The conversation of Galamsey, Ebeshe, Nanado Dankwa Kufuado. But you see, as at that time, no, because of Nebosha or Share so the presidency, no, in case he's not able to fight. And of course, a man from Vibrantias here, they thought, say, okay, so when Timan fights Galamsey, I say, Obe resign. But say, the presidency here to mean say, or Babe fighting on him, say, Ebe Etia in Bimo, because now in Bimo livelihood. But a court to your more Sankrofon bet to about against, you know, and of course, in 2020 election, a lot of these Galamsey areas, you know, we lost there. And you see, near Emma Assembly Sukoye Bufun said we had opposition then, the NPP, who were instigating some of these unions against the government then. It took UTAG for letter march, and this letter is in reference to Boshebia Mira Mama Eshe, because now our opposition or no Emma ultimatum to the ruling government say we should declare state of emergency at article 216 or something. One of the allies are Emma 2462 no now I mean they made several suggestions. Yes. Nyamiadom Baba Benya Akunyano as president of the Republic of Ghana 7 months. Niema Oka says Sebio Nanado Dankwa Kufuado and for 1 week, 2 weeks in here when you're 7 months to me you move back because all the things you are doing say Moses excavators Nanado Dankwa he did more than that to the extent say Operation Vanguard for Eco fighting the people, seizing excavators, burning excavators. You said that was not enough. Now, this is what you do. So for me, UTAG is on the right call. I would want them to push further. What I say now, it is also not to say the government is not doing anything about it, because you see, then it becomes a different conversation altogether. So as UTAG has done in our national discussions, they should keep on reminding the government, push further. I'm not so much in tune about strikes, because we strike mama uncle school. What I say, and I doubt in Bani because any of these universities strike say you hear be out TB never affecting. So there are several ways they can continuously have the discussion with the government to compel the government to do the needful. And Sirensu says other unions in so far because the louder the voice, I think Ebuama Sebe, the president will make the needed arrangement to do what is needful. But having said this, say Galamsey areas in Fonsu, look, as it stands, Sebe say you saw a just more ben jano muna mo feel heat no more than say your more weight. You understand? And Sebi say yensu say momba monjire no mu kununum Sebi omunum sense no yare e de ba na bia ya yete akra na be chance na yare no bia kan ba mo wo ho no no muna mo be chi yare no fast. Enti munua no mo na ye galamsey no mu kunu mo na ye galamsey no mo wo fast mo na ye galamsey no. It is about time I dey ho be kasa, because the best way to solve some of these things say adwin be fi no be hu say ade ayeye say e kwesere mo ahemfone opinion leaders about some of these areas and talk to the youth. Now Sebi the way I galamsey say in sika no nya sebi dodo na omube ye fi mu akomo ye fi mu dada, but sika no nya one show the best area na emfaso bi ankoba so UTAG should keep pressing, other unions should get involved, keep pressing, talking to the president about strike it there. Me, I'm not a fan of strike because I didn't try doctors nurses score strike, you see. I think nurses score strike. Dudrona so far the common Ghanaian, you understand, but in Penifono they have what it takes to go out for medical care. Into your best room Obianshena, opinions should come to play in common and NKOSUO how we can minimize the effect of galamsey.
Exactly. This particular paragraph with President Mohammed's assumption of office has not yet yielded the concrete actions required to match the gravity of his pledge. That is, I don't know how it's been measured, and from where we sit and from where I sit as a general water bodies in Muni, the issue about seizure of excavators, later we hear say but we hear from the ministry itself, Minister Nankasa, the report by say it's not the fact, and that the managing director for the MDF is been seen. Na I mean, so I'm not too sure what the concrete actions now they are really looking at, because some of these things, Zanka a step in kakra na.
You see, for me, we share UTAG or more initial paragraph now. They made us aware that they are professors who are also into research.
Research, of course.
You understand? So definitely, they will not make an assertion and research and for me, it is government who is claiming say forest reserves need them some of these forest areas and galamsey is in the open and the evidence of destruction is in the open, the evidence of reclamation too is in the open. In the one say ministry now now UTAG for see you understand? And as we stand, if that is also the case, why has the government through the Attorney General, asked for investigations into Frimpong Manson's allegations. So Nanado time. Yamin is under investigation. And say one Abanga guy, Al-Hassan. He's also under investigation. If they have done Nema or Council Moyeno. So for me, the government claims the Edoson. You understand? And Abembiano, for all you know, they will first want to protect themselves. If the evidence is shown to them and Sana Ombe can say, because initially it is through the same government. And it says 39 of the excavators are Iran. Later, so how do we believe the assertions from the government? Anyway, you understand? It means so they may be far more feed the to your producers and your other colleagues. Say, go to this Galamsey site. It shouldn't be between UTAC and government. Because at a point, you see, at a point, at a point, we had a journalist championing this Galamsey discussion, making the MPP look evil. You understand? Making the MPP look evil. You understand? And yes, I believe, say. John Mama, because of we think Ghanaians are so happy with his government. That is not the case. And you see, when it happens and he's taking the country for granted, hold this current government with the same measure and yardstick you held Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Because say China. So mine is
But let me find out from you last one on this particular subject. Over the weekend, I was listening to the Minister for Government Communication, Kwachofosu, and my colleague journalist Busano about this repeal of the LI 2462, because there was a lot of talk about it during the campaign, and all that. And now, the narrative and the response to that particular question was that whether or not the repeal that LI Noir, it will really not amount to any effectiveness. Say the forest reserve Nankasano, the government over the period, act on some aspect of the forest reserves for the bigger mining companies like the Newmont and all those places. So now if you repeal the LI Noir so that people do not go into this forest near there, it means that abrogate a certain contract which can also amount to judgment debt and all that. Are we ready for that?
You see,
but they didn't know. He makes the point that they didn't know this.
Ghanaians should judge it. You understand? Nipanzi say, "I will not to make any opinion." You understand? Because I can tell you for a fact that one of the things that got people angry about Nana Akufo-Addo government was about the Galamsey, the propaganda around it, and you see, it hurts because there is a difference between Obia, or ascending the presidency neither, or Kasa, any Obia between 2012 to 2016 was once the president knows what he or she can do. Now, why not again say or can at the end of the tier government, they knew from day one. And you see, judgment debt, they say a one-off Sikebina Wutuya, as against a situation where Galamsey na say you na ye won't collar part of their bodies aren't forming well. What this means is that even if the idea of a judgment debt is what they are afraid of, for me, it's far better than say going forward. No, yarebeba or minimum as sebi sika yedebeka say yede sansa yare no ye ntumi nkonya ho say sika no na apart from sika no so sebi yarebi ho ya bonipa yen fan say adwena ntumi anform yi. There's a lot of disabilities and the country will suffer going forward. So even if what he's saying is anything to go by, no, we should take the bull by the horn and do the needful.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeguso ye twitwen komo enche director operations at the movement for change eba tenase na say the very say the akere your time no kokora bia me sure say ns betwea no
betwea man
na kama na say bibia me ko na man ka bidie ya na ya nti ebusia mama hwei na me nka mo messages ba ko bi na Ali Baba Madina was say when I hear MPP still making noise on the National Cathedral after spending $97 million on the national water hole, which they lied that it was $58 million they spent. So even OSP is talking about $58 million, and our former Hajia Fatima Information Minister and Dennis Miracle Abuaje and the rest of the MPP couldn't correct the figure that it was $97 million. So are they deceiving Ghanaians or the God of accountability? Anyway, Honorable Filer MC La Kwantaman Madina, I salute you. Until we free Ali Baba Hona or Odehyeeba Ewo. Senior, yes sir. No akwaba. Yamiado. You say we do mandoso.
Last week there. Na me coming sa to fa dey ye.
Oh, Kafra.
Pompo bi esi mo je na ye. Me sa hang ho sa.
Sorry. Mrena kaka krebi but injamam. We've talked about the presidential jet.
That's right.
And the minister say utie ni nsema say is nothing to write home about. The diagora between the oyeni kese pa abre because plane ne fuel tank left right center ubi so describe be or see corroded or see corroded engine tripping they say ukuta plane at the end of the nam from pretty say entina ne busa say is it about time as a state you know ye be the conversation na politics no na ya hwe what we can do about your presidential jet na either would you get a new one and I say yamboka emfa hwehwe foforo okay fancy na and na utag of also and some of the about concerning galamsey say mampani money home so no make sure say galamsey nsem no
all right and tinedi ka me fa achopa ma ya hwefo
great
and that there me drew mohanomo 747 necessary the Rashiko Police Headquarters Kokosho 112. Depending drew her now almost 9.
Oh, okay.
Na engine number delay.
No problem. That's it.
Minia, presidential jet. Ghana. Anna me who say yemfa ye president enter number 1. So
yes.
Look, president Abambe assistant. And it's a opposition. Now by person or ye be before presidential jet. Hey, not just all the politics. They are inciting the public against us. Unya 2 mina ever two.
Exactly.
And no, that started from 2001. Sa babisi baby time. So on it. Yes. Ma nyango pardon. I was at the airport. Anna, me in charge of presidential travels in Nigeria. Na Togo president. Obana woshe the jet Odehyeeba.
I tell you.
Now be just say na Ghana dey geography ana.
I tell you.
Togo kese ti say. We are grand history geography cover Togo. Omo presidential jet. Côte d'Ivoire president ba omo the 3 jets in buy. 3 kitwa gra wo mu no eso sen ye de no eti bibise ho se Ghana e de na hayen hwe president etu kwanya afa ni papa ye 13 na wo de hwe wode ni security ne staffers nko ayesen yeti sisi aso mo ko UN a president ni jet na ko no all other appointees says so far comment yes or more kofa another yi check it, business class ticket the for multiply the physical yes you bet to manya jet you bet to fa over 100 as presidential jet o tu kwan na mpenifo ahodo bebre na say so mo ko no o mo nyina ko in a year ebe boy as a nation Yanko see that Trump Eco Saudi Arabia. Apart from ye or more friend is Air Force One, no. Who shed there jet fighters over Nyoho, but almost 50. A bit dinner, bit dinner, chemu as here as so any idea. I hear born home by Sabi, Obioti America as a trouble or Jimmy for. And so no. Or more than in life at to number 1, sir. Because we tuna the whole nation about to ground one. Exactly. In the right time. Bibia, abai beka so yebia. This is not the right time. This is not the right time. Eti when? And you be the right time.
Presidential villa ikura Jubilee House kwani akase
hunto kwani akasa that NDC opposition ya di bayo gugugu ani adina so President Kofi Anfa and the NCA ene nka President Mahama hifa no betra exactly obesa che kaze hodo mesa e ho baza no eti esese yetimi to anamone ya de a ebeboa the state hwe ebre bia na meka se obia epetumi tumi na ba obia epe position ya the position no ma we dru ba bia wo nu hu mpo se okoje position no do you know why wontimi na ye wontimi nya bia ma na nka wo ye sebe o yire gura wan hwia wo nya tam ne na ani ade because wo betima kwa kodru fie late wo besa sorry temper na wo kwa na wo ba chese wo ni o private life biem at all eti edru ba bia wotimu se na boy you ga me kwaje na ya na se nye ho de je no yes eti yesre Ghana for once mommy anya the right sa presidential judge koko share the year of manufacture 70s o hello president now new one says ya no ayimu na enoso Dimento. Eti old one on the refurbishing near Yagisa. What they are check it? Uko online out there check it. Defe. Upo say Uber who images the camera. Share the year of manufacture 1974. Yes. 1969. Enemy
antique planes granted.
So that you know. Let us reason as a nation. So look. Your man Penny, I didn't say number 1 gentleman of the land. Yeah. It's ye nano, ye bibia, ye chese, ye yame, ye bosu, ye bibia, and the president.
Those are here. Engine inside. Every new. Can you imagine?
What's or more air maintenance, near a woman. What? So on your and yes, or more service you, with him say constantly. I had no more service. But I don't know. Yes. Eti we say ye beti media ko na company no aje.
In fact, you say a grand of France.
For the company no beti maje. You see a perfufro bigger than this. Ni aka na de ye can say difference no aka ho. But this here old ones been so kra ho sa Gulf Stream ni e gaga ho. Ye fa ni nyina anko. Wabo beje value no more value ama ye ni akwa so ni aje kese me say the next presidential jet ye beto no as I say funny pa more than 100
the capacity should be big
as I say funny pa more than 100 so that at least you who say this is the me who ni eti be kan sika kese ye de akwakoto sa de gejegeje we e de ba bisi hodum we our getting passengers more than this one. So, passengers more than at least our by 30 to 40, 45 for baby. We our Bruce 13. So let's get it right. Okay. So that ebe boa ama niama timatuto ye. Now on the UTAG you know. Aya no munjai bro for no motete hockey can. They should stop it.
So
for demonstration today.
I said my penny didn't sabe share document.
What did sabe share document? Omuti ho adwuma be no omo ye omo de boa Ghana. I told that mumian ka do kra ni nkyere wo mo.
Sir.
Edi asem no. Na for agamo moti to honum.
Na wo do nsa be share ka.
Me say wo be hwe no mo ankasa bi kura e hye ewura mu obi omutu bi. Wo bu jai sansem no mo keka kire no. Oman bedi na etu galamsey no owura mu ho. Wo mo no chebi no majority of them ye galamsey di bi. Bi but obi be say o video evidence is on no ejina hotu wonim say wonko ejina hontu what you say wakoja asase no asesa boys egum no mutuma no sikado every week here dey bre no o evidence wey what you say o evidence wey o koda ko twitwa e hono mu ade na kire say de dia ete ya omu jase omu ka ya adwene no let us all come and say look, this is the way forward. Hey, when you say look, under Kufado, the first action our Moshe excavators. And na kagana fujina ye support to ya. And kagalamse don't care brand say. I swear. Because excavator no boarding ba. No boarding. Eti wakoto ya shino. Wasa wakoto ya shino. Wato tedwa ya shino. Wakoto bio. Ubejai. Galamsey started the dance here ba wumio enso so no esense na ye kan say yem first excavator na yenti no na ense asase no asoso ubetu akosei udi pickers tu Galamsey ubetu adruhifa eni ade sadema na ekoso eti na wu the effect of it ene yakwa kosesa Chinese fo aba look the whole world country be anywhere it too good essay China for womu na number 1 womu too good womu krom ko paawo eso hu se nsuo ba ku sei asai womu fashion fine ni ade gongo si nsuo entu but ombeduru ha say ya obomu se Ghana for ya Jimmy without excuse say ya Jimmy ya enkade ati huni na obroni afri baabi no waba ni etima manasase jantam that was say you quiet essay. Look, you can't. Germany, and I may call you can say may call party program or Munich. Now madam for go see them. The fear them say o pro ne you money na na mo say we say chalo mi enchiba ko was it so pro what was it o beche na kwa we hey enko ka wo si Germany ha biom wo so wo da hobra wo ntimi we Debbie wo be from no ma be fanda kwa kosie no wo ntimi we wo ti ase yes broni na shishato dia esi ufi anim na ekova na o pese opruni utwa ho bi na ye a gisa okokoje permission wan kase wontimi ntwa ade eti hamrofo ba no mo akwakọ se yensuo o ma se bibia god no mbenya no soso no mo asmoge bi go enti Ghana ye nya so fa so se yenjimi ya sa de no bekoso se yenjimi ya eye tobo man can the plane. Man can the plane. Emoya dear. What I say? Because ultimately ko abroad. Look, I was in US. I was trying to get tax ID. Me trofa they are rejected. Na makoha me say me ko baby agudo baby you reject me nyina. That is the system. You don't qualify and they will not give you that you can say you know eti mesre say Ghana yem fe edensi form you tag but mo call the best strike go go see him kwa see him all right you just are rhetoric no na ye look what mo she first excavator koko hwe you tag for statement mo ba be jina ho no say den okay enya mo na mo ka ho a Galamsey fight na jinsem yes see na mo ka yes aban ye support to she look, what question and answer? Yes, I didn't. On the boat to open, of course. You have a boat to open, of course. Because what do Sabe candidature? Yeah. Once I work, who don't say candidature? Who don't say the whole country? And then you better me say few years to come. What no monsieur watch every 2 years will be. All
All right.
Why you bewu?
O se ma me na wase.
Ni ati wonu no mo ye.
Ebre no kokra. We hope say next week.
You tag go ba mo de muti ese ebre na biti ye.
Yes, exactly. James Hobson Adoye operations director the movement for change and a leading member of movement for change and ye no
na cathedral issue no as you discussing every day.
Yes, every day. Next week.
Yes, I'm 30 minutes to grab kata we who na get there.
Next week you sure say obinya da je obibian cross na wetimi abantem na ye di sankomo.
Na before na buku ben na no mo kan a o mo say cathedral na bibia ye kama no.
Ne buku be. NS akomia bo so.
Oh, me say na zo man nganza.
Never be ya no original congregation team member the man MPP. Mami ya birthday na afi yenko 30 seconds. Director. And then birthday for Millicent Amankwa Yeboah, honorable MP for Sunyani West, and then na woda we free Gordon Sakite CTV and na wode Emma. Happy birthday to the amazing MP for Sunyani West, Millicent Amankwa Yeboah, honorable. Wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and celebration. On your special day, I celebrate not just your birthday, but also your incredible service to your constituency. Happy birthday. We free Gordon Sakite CTV Ewoho and then Odehyeeba, the honorable member. Sansuna, happy birthday to my love, Georgina Opoku, known as Gina Spark. Words aren't enough to let you know what you mean to me. Sometimes I feel like pulling my heart out of my chest to show you just how much I love you. Your presence, love, and smile all make me go crazy for you. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. Happy birthday, sweetheart, the love of my life. May this special day be filled with infinite love and wonder for you. We free. In fact,